up, YouTube? It's me again, Stephen Goldberg. And yes, I'm about to do an interview with Little Shy FIM. So I hope you all like it, and let's get this started. Here we go, and let's do it. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
So, let me get myself started. So first, tell me something about you first.
About me. Well, I don't know. I'm a pretty boring person, but I guess my interests, as you can imagine, are video editing and that sort of stuff. I've also recently built some computers and stuff along those lines.
Huh.
Did you have anything more specific by that, really?
Oh, no. No, and also I want to say, what inspired you to become a YouTuber?
To become a YouTuber, well, it started. I was actually making videos on old VHS tapes long before YouTube was even a thing. And after I discovered YouTube, it just seemed natural to continue making videos with friends and upload them there for the world to see. Of course, the whole Brony thing kind of came after that as well. So, I was using YouTube long before that even.
Huh, interesting. Oh, hold on for a second here.
Yep.
Can you hold on for a second? I need to do one thing. Hold on.
Sure.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, I can hear myself now. I just heard an echo for a second.
Yeah, I'm doing this in my basement, so it's pretty, it has a lot of echoing down here.
Okay.
So also I wanted to say, with you doing all these YouTube videos, like I see you do like a lot of things that have to do with that other channel, CinemaSins. Like, are you like a fan of that channel? Because it seems like they're the same channel as like the videos you do are exactly like that. So I thought you got your inspiration from that to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty much a direct copy of CinemaSins. It's I like to call it a ponification. It's as a brony, it's always fun to enjoy other types of media, but then combining it with ponies kind of makes it all the more entertaining for yourself and other bronies. So that's what I did. I took an interesting concept and I added ponies to it.
Yeah, I actually thought it was really good too. Actually, I really enjoy all your videos.
Oh, thank you.
And also, I really enjoy you and Bernie's react too. I think you're like really hilarious in that.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that I was even invited to that. I don't feel like reaction videos are my thing, but I can't turn down Brony's react.
I don't blame you. Actually, I really enjoyed that, especially with the new one that was just uploaded. I saw with the friendship games. That one I liked a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I recorded that one months ago. Actually, I made that one even before my Sins video. So when some people are commenting saying, "Oh, he just stole his material from his Sins video," it's funny because that I recorded that before the Sins video. So actually, I stole the material from Bernie's React to use in the Sins video. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny.
No, I actually thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Now, and also, I want to say, what got you actually into the fandom? Like, wanted to be a part of it?
At its core, just curiosity, I suppose. It started along. I think it was back in November-ish of 2011 where I first started seeing ponies pop up on the internet. I think I first saw it on YouTube actually, and that's makes sense now. But the first thing I did was join a Brony forum to interact with fans and see what the big deal was. And of course, I was binge watching the show from season one, and at the time, season two was airing, so there wasn't a whole lot of episodes. But yeah, basically just curiosity is what got me started in the fandom.
Same thing for me too. Actually, the way I actually started to like the fandom was just because of I just saw this one scene from the first Equestria Girls film, so I thought it was cute. So it got me conscious to actually think, being like, no, let me see what this is all about. So I just kept on searching and everything, and I just got hooked like that fast into it.
So Equestria Girls was the first thing you discovered in the fandom?
Yeah, that was the first thing, first ever
That's
clip I ever
interesting.
saw. It was just this one clip, and I was like, "No, what? I like this." So I'm gonna keep on going further on and see where I get from it.
Yeah, down the rabbit hole. There was quite a bit to discover.
Yeah, and also no, really, it really is a very It was surprising to me how that film instead of the show itself, what actually got me into it. Actually, even though I did watch the first episode once. But it was one of my friends. But I didn't really get into it until later on. I decided just to see that one clip. 'Cause I forgot about all that since it was back in 2000. I think 2010 actually.
Oh wow, yeah.
So it
Wait,
was that long
what did
ago.
you see in 2010? Because Equestria Girls didn't exist then.
No, it was the first. Like back then in 2010, one of my friends from high school said, "Oh, Stephanie, you should check out the first episode." So I did.
Okay, yeah, well, that's before my time. Like I said, end of 2011, almost 2012 for me.
So and also I want to say like doing like did you ever think that your YouTube like would be that huge? Because as a YouTuber like me, I always like hope my YouTube channel gets attention. But did you ever think it was gonna get this big?
Oh, definitely no. I kind of accidentally copied copied a very popular format, which is CinemaSins, of course. And at the time, CinemaSins, I mean, they had more subs than me, obviously, but they didn't have the millions of subscribers they have today. So even then, I didn't realize this whole Sins thing was going to be a big deal. And like I just for fun, I just wanted to bonify it and add my own kind of flair to it. And I had no idea that not only CinemaSins but also my own channel would get a bunch of subscribers because of that. It's totally unexpected, and I'm still kind of in shock even after like a couple of years.
No, because for me actually, like the way I don't really I had tried to get some subscribers, but I don't have that many as like that like you do. But I seen that I've been getting progress throughout like each day and years, and I can't believe how much views like, my videos are getting. Like I remember just getting just a little, and then all of a sudden now I have over like 6,000, which I'm like surprised.
Yeah, it's really cool how YouTube gives you even anybody can have a platform on YouTube to get their voice out and entertain others. It's really kind of cool.
Oh, it is. I trust me. Like I actually like that I'm doing all this. It makes me feel like I'm actually like it has something for me to do. I not just for like doing videos. I mean having fun with it.
Yeah, that's really all it's about, especially for smaller YouTubers. And I include myself in there because I'm not a YouTuber as a career or anything. It's just for fun. But yeah, that's really what YouTube's all about.
Oh yeah, exactly. And also I wanted to ask you too, like when you first started your YouTube channel, like did you ever think like did you ever have like a hard time of thinking like what did you want to do or no?
Well, the thing I did when was what I was advised other people try is I just kept trying new things. I was using my previous experience and interests in just general video editing, compositing, effects, that sort of stuff. So I started off doing a lot of pony in real life videos where I'd composite in a pony in real life and do a little silly sketch with that. And of course, there was an existing PMV community which I tried to join. And I made a couple videos for that. And of course, the Sins video was just one of many things I tried that seemed to take off. So that's why I do so many of them now because that's what people seem to like the most.
Oh yeah, because I actually enjoy it too. 'Cause it gets my attention. And also let me think. I was gonna say sorry, I'm just trying to think of what I had to say. Because sometimes I had. Also, I wanted to ask you, like, wait, even I know you do Bronies React, but how did you act? Like, how did you get onto that?
I think it's actually a little bit of a funny story. I think I was watching either a vlog or a Bernie's React, and I just happened to comment around on one of Race's videos around the time he was looking for someone to be in Bernie's React. I think that's what happened. He didn't like tell me this is what happened, but shortly after leaving a random comment on one of his videos, he actually contacted me saying, "Hey, there's an open spot. You want to be on Bernie's React?" And of course, I couldn't say no. I had to join, and ever since then, I guess people have been liking to see me on there and been requesting me. So ever since then, Race has been inviting me. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, like, how long have you been doing it for?
Oh, I don't think it's been that long, but it's probably been longer than I think. I think I've been in, I want to say like four reacts, and there is one that's not out yet. So I don't know if I can talk about that or not. But yeah, I guess it's safe to say I'm kind of a regular. I was even on the Bernie's React panel for this year's at BronyCon. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, cause yeah, I actually remember I was at BronyCon this year, but I didn't have a chance to see the Bronies React panel actually, and I wish now that I'm hearing about this, I wish I did.
It was a midnight panel, so if I wasn't on it, I probably wouldn't have been there just because of how late it was.
Yeah, cause like it was like for like I was with one of my friends there actually, and like we on the second day we just kept on being on. We were like all day we were online just getting autographs, so we were like really exhausted after all those hours.
Yeah, I was with a group of friends as well, and we just spent like the entire time waiting hours and hours in line. I think at one point we waited like 3 or 4 hours for like a panel, like, and that was a normal thing. We just waited hours for just sitting in line, hanging out with friends is what I spent most of my time doing at BronyCon, I guess.
Yeah, I was just with my one friend actually. I just wish I had a whole bunch of friends like to be with me, but they're usually like doing whatever things, and my friend actually really wanted to go with me because I invited him, but like then he saw that I was going, so then he wanted to be like, oh, can I go, Stephen? Sure, can I come with you? So I was like, oh, okay, sure. So then like we just organized it. Actually, originally I was gonna go alone, but that's how it all happened for me and him.
Yeah, the great thing about BronyCon is you can kind of like make friends, even if it's just for like a day or so. find other people that are alone. You just meet people in line and strike up a conversation, and you kind of form a little posse. I don't know. That's how it was for me, at least.
Like, which friends did you go with?
Mostly just Skype friends. Actually, I didn't know anyone from, I guess you could say, real life. Like Tootsie Roll. You talked to him on your channel before, I'm sure,
Oh
and a
yeah,
bunch a bunch of others from my live stream group.
yeah. Tootsie Roll Crew was really good to talk with. Actually, it was so really like I was actually very happy to actually have a chance to speak with him too.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Oh yeah, cause like I saw what I saw what happened. Like I think you donated something to him on the last live stream.
Oh yeah, you were there for that. Yeah, I tipped his. He has a tip link on his live stream where people can drop some money.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He was actually really happy about that.
Yeah, he's been wanting a certain computer component for a while, and I helped him to get that. So it was like a Christmas present.
I remember like after that actually live stream I wanted to see how he was doing, but then he kept on saying that he was speechless.
Yeah.
So over that, like also one other thing I wanted to ask you, like have you been getting a lot like when you like after your YouTube channel and people watching your YouTube channel, have you been seeing that a lot of people have been recognizing you now that you've been like people are like, oh, like I know who you are because I've seen your videos. Have you been getting a lot of reputation?
Definitely at BronyCon, I couldn't walk more than 10 feet without somebody saying hi. That was definitely a bizarre, but also very flattering experience. But as far as day to day, no one in like the real life, I guess you could say. But yeah, BronyCon was definitely the exception. It was like it's kind of fun to be famous for 3 days. That's what it felt like.
Oh, I don't blame you. I would really like to have that kind of like reputation.
Hey, you can have it. I'm not looking for the attention, but it's flattering either way.
Yeah, because like I always see a lot of like very big people in the community actually at the cons too. But mostly sometimes I bump into them, and sometimes I really actually sometimes I don't.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of felt the same way because it's the same for me, seeing all the familiar faces, and part of you wants to talk to them, other part of you doesn't want to make a fool out of yourself, and you're not sure if you should speak up or you don't want to stalk them, and all these things run through your mind to see these awesome people at BronyCon.
Oh, I don't blame you. Actually, my first con, I met like three big people already, and I couldn't believe actually that I was like, wow, my first con ever, and I just met these like they're like some of the most highest people in the community.
Yeah, same for me. Like all the usual names. It was really fun to meet them.
Oh yeah, oh, I don't blame you. It's a life changing experience for me.
Certainly, yeah, same.
No, and also like also this is something I really don't really say that many people in my during my interviews, but I wanted to ask like, was there ever like a different thing you wanted to do like like when you first started your YouTube channel, or like you just like no, I just want to go straight to this.
Like YouTube in general, or within the fandom.
Like technically with both.
Well, with YouTube in general, I guess I spent a lot of time making silly, random action shorts. It was inspired by like Corridor Digital or Freddy W, doing muzzle flashes and explosions, all stuff special effects. But as far as the Brony community goes, no, not really. Anything I enjoy making and people want to see is my goal of what to make.
Huh, that's really interesting actually. Also I wanted to like say like when you make those ponies in real life, how did you actually do that? Like I was like sometimes thinking like do you have some kind of like like player, or you just get like a clip from the show or something to do that?
Yeah, usually it's just a clip from the show, and you can use a number of methods to extract the actual colors that make up the characters separately from the backgrounds and all that. But also recently, I've been doing a lot of Flash puppet animation, the very basics of moving a puppet around, thanks to the double rainbow puppets, of course. That process is more complicated, but allows for more custom scenes and lip sync and all that. In general, I haven't been doing a lot of pony life scenes lately, but that's definitely something I'd like to do more of.
Yeah, guys. I think like what was the one movie was your latest one you made? I'm trying to remember
Was
exactly
it
which
the
one.
the Derby prepares lunch? Was it that one? I think it was.
No, actually, actually, no. That was the one I actually watched that one not that long ago, actually, and I want to say about that. I love the ending. That actually got me laugh.
Yeah,
That
that
actually
was a,
got
that
me
was a
going.
fun challenge because with special effects, it's always easier to have the camera on a tripod, not moving. And that scene, like that entire video, was me holding the camera, first person sort of view. So that last shot there that you were mentioning had to be on a tripod, and I had to add the camera movement in later to make it look like I was being holding it, and I had to do a transition from handheld to tripod without looking too much like a jump cut. And yeah, that was an interesting challenge. That's what I always approach in videos is try to do something different and interesting. It's a fun challenge that I can. I don't know if I can overcome it, but I try and I do, and that's the best. That's the best feeling in the world for in making videos.
Oh, because like, I have a blast making my videos. Because I think you saw like my channel, right?
Yeah, I think I took a look at it. I mostly just watched Tootsie Roll's interview though.
How did you like that? I wanted to ask.
Yeah, well, it seemed to go well.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I actually really wanted to have a chance to speak with him actually ever since I like was watching his videos, and I was like, no, I have to. I really need to get this guy to have an interview with me. An interview. I'm like really like like he's so interesting, and I need to ask him so many questions.
Did you ask him about his pony collection? That's definitely something to talk about. He's probably got thousands of dollars in plushies.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I've seen like through all of his other videos he's done. I'm like, wow, that's a huge collection.
It
I even
puts mine to shame, probably.
no. How many do you have actually? I've seen the background of your room actually a few times, and I'm like, how much stuff do he has?
Yeah, like in Brony's React and some other videos, you see just the one corner of my room, and that is where most of the ponies are. So it's probably not as much as it looks, but yeah, it's still definitely a collection I'm proud of. I have a bunch of the Funrise plushies, the Beanie Babies, the Fourth Dimension Entertainment plushies, the main six and Hasbro figures. I have all the usual. Probably my most favorite part of the collection would be my trading card set, which is an entire set of the Series One cards, including the super rare promotional cards that can go for like $1,000 to get them all. But I was able to get a bunch of like BronyCon and trading and that sort of stuff, and I got them all, for a good price. So as a collector, I'm most proud of that, probably.
I'm a big collector of a lot of things, actually. Really, I have like, if you ever saw my room, actually, there's a video on my YouTube channel. If you ever wanted to check it out, it's a video about my whole room. I do like a tour on my room.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that, but I'm not quite sure how that would work. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot someday.
Well, actually, no. If I were you, I would do it mostly. If Let me tell you this: if you're gonna do that, just go around your room and just say, "Oh, like how like I say I have this, I have that." Like, oh, I'm like where did you go? Like with cons and everything, I usually be like, oh, I went to BronyCon, and then I went here and that, and like I just like to like go around my room and talk about the most interesting things I like to talk about.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about pony collections is usually it's bought over a long period of time, and each figure, each set has kind of its own story of where you got it and how much you paid for it, or if you didn't pay at all for it. So yeah, it's kind of cool how it's just a silly toy collection to some, but to others, it has a lot of sentimental value.
Oh, to me, to me, it is really a huge sentimental value to me because like I cherish that a lot because being part of the whole community, it makes me feel like I'm like very special with it. Like I'm like
Yeah,
it means something very valuable to me to always know and actually value.
yeah, it means a lot.
And also, I wanted to ask you, like, also the other thing I saw in the room, like, where did you get that cutout of Derpy?
Cutout of Derpy.
It's like in a shadow box.
Oh, the Shadow Box. Yeah, I think that was BronyCon 2014, or yeah, I think it was 14. It was a vendor there that had a whole bunch being sold there. I think they were there this year and probably next year too if you visit them.
Huh? Because yeah, I saw like, on the latest bonus react, I saw that and I was like, where did he get that? It's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. It's like the centerpiece of my collection in a way. It's like wall art, but it stands out. So it's one of the most unique pieces of my collection, I guess.
Oh yeah, because no, 'cause I saw that on Tootsie Roll's live stream. The last time I saw that, I saw what he was getting you for Christmas, and I wanted to know. Like, actually, are you happy about that?
It hasn't come yet, but based on the brief moment he showed on his live stream, yeah, it definitely looks awesome. Derpy's best pony.
Like, I really like that. I say that's like to everyone that doesn't know the show that much. I usually tell them that that's like the mascot of the whole fandom.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I've seen it. I guess that's why she's my favorite character is because she kind of is the mascot. She's like a fan character that became canon, even if it was a bit of a rocky road there with Hasbro for a while. But
Yeah.
she's still very much the same pony and all, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, now I want to tell you this actually. You saw 3D Aquatic Ghost film, right?
Yeah, the first two I saw in theaters, and the third one I just watched with the iTunes rip. I think it was.
Now I want to ask this. Like, what did you think of them? Like the first one to the second and third.
I'm not a fan of Equestria Girls, and when it first came out, it was a little upsetting to see the direction they were taking the franchise. But now, I've gotten over that. I've gotten over the problems with it. And I don't really have much of an opinion on it. As long as it doesn't affect the show, there's nothing wrong with other people enjoying it.
I don't
I've
blame
come
you.
a long way.
I don't blame you, cause like, what do you think of the third one? Because like when I watched it with one of my friends, like me and him were like so like hyped about it, like we couldn't believe like how it actually turned out.
I'm not like a fan of Equestria Girls. They all kind of all the movies kind of just blend together. I don't really take the time to figure out which one's the best and all. But I guess objectively, I might be able to say that Rainbow Rocks was the better one because at the end there, That last scene was actually pretty awesome.
Oh, I actually like that last scene, especially like with like that one part that sounded very metal.
Yeah,
Because for me as a metalhead, I'm like, oh my god, I love this sound.
that's the closest Rainbow Rocks came to having rock.
Exactly, like the actual. That's what I was saying too. I was like, the whole movie just felt like it just had like that, like tech, like
Pop
yeah,
music.
that
Yeah,
pop music, yeah. And this is the only thing that I can actually headbang to.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Exactly. No, because I don't know if you know that, but I'm actually like a really big fan of metal music.
Yeah, I've seen it on like your Skype profile and YouTube page.
Yeah, like really, I'm like a really huge metal fan. I go to a lot of concerts and I go and I like collect a lot of CDs and like really just follow a lot of bands.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that sort of music, but it definitely looks like fun.
Oh, it is actually. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you do become into like the music, listen to good bands. Don't listen to anything poser
All
because
right,
that's really bad stuff.
I'll keep it in mind.
And also, like when you if you actually if you ever in concerts, make sure like if you're going into the mosh pit, make sure like you don't get hit by everyone.
Yeah, yeah, I think I've seen the mosh pit at some concert once. It wasn't metal though.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, because like the ones I go to, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't nearly that crazy.
And also like I also one thing I want to also say before I end it, I want to say like thank you very much for taking your time to do this.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, I'm glad to have been here.
Thank you, and because like usually sometimes I'm very lucky to me to actually have this happen because I always thought wanted to start interviewing a lot of people because I always felt them that they're very interesting and really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt the same way in regards to the Brony fandom about all these cool, I guess, famous people. Celeb bronies, I like to call them. But now to have people call me one, it's kind of changed the way I think about things. They're really just average people like you and me, and that's what makes fandom so personal and homey, I guess you could say.
Exactly, exactly. Like I feel like it's open. I've been a lot more open now to a lot of things because I've joined this and like I've been like well, more like I've been opening more to like more people. I've seen like I got like a lot more friends now. I feel like I know more people, and I feel like I like when I mean I'm a part of a meetup group actually,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, it's called Bernie's NYC. So I go to a lot of these meetups actually. So when I go to them, I feel like I'm more like commute connected to the whole entire community. Like hanging out with people who also like the show, and also a lot of people also like a lot of other things too. And I also feel very comfortable like being there because I know I'm with people who actually enjoy a lot of the same things like I do.
yeah. I'm just out of reach of a number of meetup groups for bronies. Like far away enough where I probably could go if I really made an effort, but not close enough to just go on a whim for the fun of it. I don't know. It's something I'd have to like plan out and everything. But hey, bronies in New York City. I'm actually about an hour away from that. Maybe someday I'll see you there.
Oh,
Who knows?
I really hope too. Actually, like where do you live in New York City? I live in the Rockaways.
I'm just south of Albany.
All right, huh? Because like what part of Albany?
Oh well, I'm not in Albany. I don't really discuss my exact address and
Oh,
all that
I
over
know.
the internet. But yeah, it's just that general area south of Albany.
I understand. Yeah, I mostly like to tell people mostly like a lot of things about me because like because one day I like to like usually I like to communicate with a lot of people because sometimes I get like the like sometimes like I get the this like a feeling that I won't ever see them and it gets me very like sad because I'm like oh man I haven't seen them for such a long time.
Yeah, well, that's the cool thing about the internet is people can connect even if they're separated by a lot of distance.
Yeah, it's true because like one friend I had like for a long time but then I kind of like I lost track with him for because I don't know what happened actually we haven't spoke for a long time.
Yeah, well, things like that happen. You make an effort to reconnect. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because no. Also, I wanted to say like one other thing. Like when you like first started your YouTube channel, did he like did he want to do YouTube, or you probably like I don't know if I really want to do this because I don't know if I'll be that big.
Like the Brony fandom or just YouTube in general. Same questions before.
I would say mostly same thing both.
And like both. In general, I was just like a kid at the time. I didn't really expect anyone to watch my videos, but it was fun to pretend like you had a big channel and a bunch of viewers, and you kind of present your YouTube channel as like it's like your stage to the world and all that. As far as the Brony fandom is concerned, that was really just I grew up, I got a little more mature. It wasn't really about getting views and such. It was just I don't know something about me wanting to contribute back to the community and find some way to combine my interest with the pony fandom, and I think I succeeded in that.
Yeah, no, I no succeeded, dude. You actually you really succeeded.
Yeah,
I can
well,
tell you
thank you.
that. You really got really big. I can tell you a lot of your videos get a lot of more views than any video I would make.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, it's really not about the views. It's cool to be able to reach so many people, but it's also just as important to reach just the few people. If you have like 100 views, that's still meaningful.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, cause like when I reached 100 views on my channel, I actually like was really hyped about it. It was the funny thing was it was actually like last Christmas that not Christmas but Christmas Eve was the day I actually released got like 100 views. So I was really happy that it was like almost like the end of the year, and I got that many in just one year.
Yeah, and you're coming up on that day again soon, right? You can like see how much you progressed since then and all that.
Oh yes, I have. Like once I look back on one of my old videos and I said, "Oh, 2 views," and I'm like, "Oh man, I got more than that now."
Yeah.
Not actually. Oh, not 2 views. I mean 2 subscribers, and I was like, "Oh crap, I got more than I now. I got more now than I did in that video."
How many subs are you up to now?
Just 29.
It's not bad. I mean, and of course, the thing about YouTube is you can have like very few subs, but have a lot more views than subs. For whatever reason, like there's a lot of people that don't bother subscribing but still watch the channel. So, 29 is a fair amount. I mean, for a smaller, personal YouTube channel.
Yeah, cause like I'm hoping like I get more actually, cause I do a lot of interesting things like for now I've been doing like this franchise called I think you saw it actually on my channel. The videos were called stupid random ass videos.
Oh, I don't think I saw those, but maybe I'll check them out in a bit.
Oh yeah, they're just like completely random things I do, and like it's something I'm starting now because I'm like, no what, I like doing a lot of funny things. I love comedy, and I'm like, I just got to do something funny just so I watch on my channel. Just something that I usually would never do.
Yeah, I'm sure. The thing about YouTube is you just keep doing it, and it takes a while, but eventually you do find the viewers that share similar interests and kind of build that personal circle of friends and viewers. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it is because like I think I'm the first person who's gonna tell you this, but actually like one of my favorite bands I actually like a lot. They're like a slam death metal band from like Peru. I actually was like talking with them on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and they actually told me they saw my review video on my YouTube channel, which I was really shocked about. I didn't know that the actual band was watching my video.
Wow, that's gotta be really cool.
Yeah, actually, I was like, oh my god, the band actually saw my video on YouTube. And now it makes me feel like I'm more. Now I'm like, now after that video, I'm like, you know what? Now I'm gonna be more dedicated to this band than ever.
Yeah, I kind of know the feel. It changes the way you approach your videos because I had a similar experience. I had a couple people from the My Little Pony, the studio that makes it, as well as CinemaSins themselves saw a couple of my videos. So that was it definitely changes the way you make the video, knowing that they might be watching.
Oh, it did actually. That day actually, that made my day actually when I found out about that. I was like very cheery after all that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it is. No, and also like actually, I gotta say like, thank you very much for also that again. Thank you very much for this because now you made my day because of this.
Hey, anything to make someone's day. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, you're very welcome. I really appreciate it. And also you also if you ever like tell also if you ever have any time tell Tootsie Roll too. I say thank you too.
Yep, will do.
No, let me think what else I was gonna say. Also like like and like when you like is it hard editing your videos? Because I see how you do. Like when you do your cinema sins, you ever think like oh it takes how long does it take you to actually do each thing?
Yeah, there's different types of videos for specifically for the sins videos. I kind of have a science down, like it's like a mental checklist of things I go through, and it's a lot of copy and pasting involved because a lot of the scenes are similar with the same overlay each time. And I try to mix things up with different overlays, images, and graphics. But the sins videos are more they present a different kind of challenge. While some videos have the creative challenge of actually trying to figure out what you want to put on that blank canvas, the sins videos are more of an endurance challenge where you kind of have to sit there for like 6 hours on end just doing the same thing over and over. But anything to as long as it's entertaining, it makes it worthwhile for me and others.
Like and also I want to say how do you like when you do the cinema sins, how do you like point out how do you like point out everything? Like you always like do you ever watch like the episode again and be like okay I want to talk about this and this and this because I see like what's going on.
Yeah, it's a combination of sourcing sins ideas from other sources. The wiki, for example, the MLP wiki actually has lists of animation errors that I sometimes source from. As well as other people's reviews, and there's a few other places I can check for funny jokes and that sort of stuff. But when it comes to my own highly original material, it's just a matter of watching the episode over and over. I'll watch an episode sometimes like 6 times over and over and over, and I'll spread it out over the course of a week or so I can approach it from a different mindset each time. For example, if I'm wide awake, I might be able to find more things that I would miss otherwise. And sometimes towards the end of the night, I get more sleepy and I come up with the sillier jokes. That's where they come from. So there's a lot of different ways to come up with sins for videos, and it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it.
Oh, it is actually because like when I watch it sometimes I'm always thinking like I laugh a lot because I'm like it's I get a lot of the jokes that are going on with it and also like it feels like it's like I say this a lot like I say like it's really made professionally.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's really like a matter of practice. You just do the same thing over and over. You find ways to perfect the little details, and from there you can go up to different things that need adjustment and all that. Yeah.
No, I don't know if I told you this already, but if I did, like, what inspired you to become like to actually start it?
To start the sins videos or just the channel in general?
The channel.
Yeah, like I said, I think you did ask this before. It's just a general desire to contribute to the fandom somehow.
Huh. Because like the way I was inspired was like because I watch other YouTubers on videos do like DVD reviews. So I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of movies I like to talk about and do reviews about. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing this.
Yeah, reviews are cool because they're a perfect way. The format isn't exactly the most original thing in the world, but what you can bring to it, and the fact that everyone has a different style of editing and different style of their script writing, or if they just do it live, everyone has their own thing to bring to it, and that makes it a lot of fun.
I know I agree with that actually. No, also I also saw that in the background of your room I saw you went to the summer 2012 BronyCon. How was that?
Yeah, that was my first BronyCon. Actually, a little bit of a funny story is just a few months before that, I actually first became a Brony, and I was browsing Quest Daily, and I noticed in the sidebar, oh, there's a Brony convention. Oh no, it's not too far away from here. It would be funny if I went there, but that'll never happen. I'm not gonna be that crazy of a Brony to go to a BronyCon. And sure enough, just a few short months later, I was at BronyCon 2012 with a friend and met a bunch of people there and saw panels. It was a lot of fun.
No, because I saw the documentary and actually I always wanted to like speak with someone who was there because I'm like I would love to have gone there, but I didn't actually know anything about it at the time.
Yeah, yeah, it was like it was the. I think it's safe to say it's the first big BronyCon, or was it the? I think the same people that ran the first BronyCon too as well. So yeah, like the documentary, I saw them filming. I think I'm in a couple of crowd shots in the background, but nothing major.
Oh,
And I backed it for like $10 or so, so I'm in the credits.
oh, you are? I didn't even notice that.
Oh, it's just in the long list of thousands of people that backed it. It's not like a producer or anything.
Oh, do you still remember what shot you were? Because if you do, I'll check recheck it out again and see like if where you were.
I don't remember exactly where I was, but I think towards the beginning, like the opening ceremony, they do a pan of the crowd, and I think I was somewhere towards the center left area. But it's a gigantic crowd. It's not likely you'd be able to find me, but it's a kind of like a Where's Waldo sort of thing.
No, because a lot of people I know actually. One person I did interview, who's actually one of the co-directors of the whole meetup group, and then one of the cons was actually like he said that it was like the Woodstock of the fandom. Like it was like the most biggest thing that ever happened.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah, I heard about like 10,000 people this year.
Yeah, just barely broke the 10,000 mark. It's really cool. I hope it doesn't drop down too much from there
Yeah, me
because
either.
it is starting to level out. But that's kind of a good thing because it gives them the opportunity to plan for an expected amount of people and all that. Because they were having some problems with crowd control because each year they were getting thousands more people than they expected. But now that they know how many people to expect, maybe they'll just be able to perfect BronyCon even further.
Oh yeah, cause I have seen that it has been progressing. Like each year, I see like the amount of people who would go actually gets getting a lot like larger. Like I usually check it out. And usually I don't know if it's a good website to check it out. Like usually Wikipedia because sometimes they show like how many people attended like each year, and I'm like okay, each year is getting bigger and bigger than last.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the first one was just like 100 or 200 people or something like that, and most
Actually,
recently was over 10,000, which
now,
it's quite the improvement.
now actually the first con I remember actually hearing from actually was only 100 people,
Yeah, yeah.
and I
That
was
was also in New York City, right? Where you weren't there, were you?
no, actually, I just know about because one person who was actually in charge of the meetups was the one who was actually there for that.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I think I was looking at your meetup group on Meetup, stalking your pictures and stuff. Maybe I saw you on there.
Oh, yeah, because actually I do have mine. Mine is like if you ever want to like check out like the pictures of like I'm in a lot of pictures. Like if you just go on mine and type in like my name's Stephen Gold, but you see that like my picture is something like of one of the it's a gear with the axes like it's the Death Clock logo for one of my favorite bands. And
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I'll keep an eye out for it.
so yeah, see it's in black and white though.
All right.
So if you ever want to see that, that's who I am in there.
All right, it'd be funny. It's kind of like it's a small world within the fandom. Who knows? Maybe I'll see it around somewhere.
I really hope you do. Like, if there's any time you come around New York City, like, I'll tell you where like one of the meetups is, so you can check it out.
Hey, are you going to PonyCon?
Oh yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I want to go, but I gotta figure out how to get there. Like, I gotta take a train down and take like 3 different subway stations or whatever. I don't know if it's worth figuring it out in the price, but yeah, it's definitely something I wanted to do.
Yeah, because actually, I don't mean to go. Say actually, one of the people like there's gonna be a lot of huge people who are actually gonna be there, like Lauren Faust and Ashley Lowe and all that, and like I was surprised to even know that they were gonna announce that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they actually announced like them be coming to the con. Actually, at one of the meetups we were at, it was like a Halloween party, so they showed us this trailer video of like someone in the group animated it.
Oh, I think I saw that.
So yeah, it was one of the mascots actually who was
Yeah, yeah, it's on YouTube. Was it? The Crown Prince animated it, right?
yes it was yes.
Yeah.
I actually met her at BrodyCon too.
Oh, cool. She kind of like hides her face. I kind of wonder what she looks like.
Oh no, she's actually very nice. Actually, I forget what she looked like, but she was very interesting. She was very kind. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, if I were you, I would highly suggest going. It's really worth going.
Yeah, I'll look into it. It's probably too late to plan for now. I mean, I'm still saving for BronyCon 2016, so money's kind of an issue. But it's something I'll keep in mind. If I do end up going, I'll let you know.
Oh, please do, because like also I'll be at BronyCon too actually next year.
Yep, yep,
So I hope to see you there too.
yep. I'll be there.
Is Tootsie Roll thinking of going or no?
Yeah, Tootsie Roll in the usual live stream group. I think most people are planning on going. He should be going, as far as I know.
Oh, like I was asking you, like actually now that you're saying about the live stream, like what kind, like when do you do that?
Oh yeah, it's for those who don't know, and maybe even yourself. It's this group of friends, and we've been live streaming like every week, or we've been calling every week, sometimes live streaming. And on the on seasons, we'd review the episode every week after it aired. And we've been doing that for years. Like, it's one of the first things I started doing when I joined the fandom was just form a group of friends like that on Skype. And today it's basically it's more personal. We just kind of chat amongst ourselves most of the time. But sometimes we play games, and like I said before, we do reviews that we live stream.
Oh,
But
that's very good.
we haven't been doing regular live streams because the season ended. But when the season's back on, we'll probably go back to doing calls right after the episode airs.
I wish I could do that with one of my friends because like I usually don't. They're usually not around at that time. Like after the episode airs, and I really like to actually have that kind of experience.
Yeah, it's fun to share with people. Like, well, it's still fresh in everyone's mind, and everyone's all hyped up and excited for it.
Oh yeah, trust me. Like also one other thing I wanted to say. Like, what did you think of the 100th episode?
The 100th, yeah, that was a fun episode. I mean, it's the sort of thing that I'm glad they did, but I hope they never do again, just because of how crazy it was. Like it was cool to see as a one-time thing, but I wouldn't want to see the show literally jump the shark too often.
Oh, actually, no. Actually, I don't know. I mean, you probably noticed, but okay. Now that you said "jump the shark," I want to ask you this. I don't know if you know this, but do you know what that quote means?
I don't know the exact origins, but it's just to do
Okay.
something crazy. I think for attention, or it's like when you're out of ideas, right?
No, this is
No,
something I just learned in school this year. I want to tell you. Okay, there's actually you ever heard that show on Happy Days?
I've heard of it, but no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, this is now you're gonna learn about this. Okay, there's actually a scene in that show about like this character called the Fonz, and there's one episode he was supposed to like compete against a surfer, and when he competed against the surfer, there was this one scene that there was a shark, like a fake shark. So the scene when he jumps over the shark, that's been used for like years. They've been calling that jump the shark.
Ah, see, I didn't know its exact origins, but I'm pretty sure like it's like a metaphor or an idiom or whatever it's called now for being out of ideas and doing the same thing like over and over or something like that, or just doing something so crazy it doesn't make much sense.
No, but actually, what I just said is exactly what it means.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the origin. I think it means something else now, like in popular culture.
Yeah, because actually, I take a television history class, so that's how I learned about it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because like I didn't know about it just until now. So now everyone else that doesn't know about it, I'm like, I gotta tell them. I gotta tell them this because I don't think they do, and I want them to be like surprised about it.
Reminds me of like TV tropes. You ever go there?
Not really. Actually, I don't think I.
No,
I think
you're
it's just
taking television history, but you don't know about TV tropes.
I don't think so. Not at all.
It's just a website. It's like Wikipedia, but it organizes tropes in television. So quite literally the name.
Oh, no. Also, let me think. I was also gonna say because and also I also took in my school. I also took a television like studio class, so I actually did a lot of things in the real television studio.
Okay, that's exciting. I've always had an interest in video making, television, movies in general, but I don't have any sort of education or professional experience. But it interests me.
Oh, it is very interesting because there's a lot to do in a television studio that I never knew about until I actually did it in one of my classes last semester, and I was surprised. I was like, "Wow, this is really like incredible." I didn't even know all this stuff was going on during the actual filming.
Yeah, certainly a lot going on. I know that much.
Oh, it is like, especially like if you ever took this class, there's one thing if you ever did, like if you ever took this kind of class, like it would kind of ruin television for you.
No, it's already ruined. I can already see like the boom mic's just out of frame and all
Yeah,
that.
like I've seen a lot of things on my. Ever since I joined, I started to be, took these classes. I'm like seeing things in shows, and I'm like, oh my god, I can see how fake this looks, and see how bad this looks.
Yep, yep. It's kind of like Cinema Sins, but for TV, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like also, like, what was your favorite part of the 100 episode?
Oh, let me think now. There are so many parts. I guess the easy choice is just Derpy having a part, and like they might have changed her name in the credits, but that's easy to ignore. She's still Derpy to fans, I'm sure. And just the fact that they were able to keep her eyes and all, even after having to censor that in the last roundup, was a big bonus. And of course, the fact that her voice isn't terrible. I kind of like her voice now.
Oh, me too. Actually, I thought it was actually really perfect. I was like, no, I like the way she sounds now than back in like the last roundup.
Yeah, like the original, the first voice was a little bit low and kind of weird sounding, and then the new one was too prissy sounding. But the most recent, the 100th episode voice, I actually like a lot because it actually has some personality. It's a bit of a Boston accent in there, I think.
No, actually, I actually thought that was really good. Actually, I was like, I was waiting for like for her to have like such a big like screen time. I was like, when are they gonna like make her talk again?
Yeah, that was pretty much like the Derpy episode. I wonder if they'll ever do that again.
I really hope they do, and then also one thing I was thinking after the 100 episode, I was thinking, okay, is after they did this, are they going to make all the side characters talk now?
Yeah, probably not. I think in that sense it was just a one-off sort of thing. But yeah, who knows? We'll probably see more of Derpy in the future.
Oh, I hope so because I hope that's not the last thing. Because if it is, then I'll be like, oh, that was a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too disappointed if she goes back to just being in the background as like an Easter egg. That wouldn't be so terrible as long as they didn't like mess her up, kind of the way Hasbro was trying to do. Like, if they say in the show that her name is Muffins now, that would be a little bit upsetting. But
Yeah, I will.
I guess we could just pretend it's a nickname. She's Derpy Muffin Hooves now.
No, and also I also saw one like, and I think it was like your BronyCon vlog video. I think like I saw like when you were waiting online for the closing ceremonies, I saw like your like that was like I think it was like your Wi-Fi like code. It said like Hasbro was watching.
Yeah, we were using. Well, I don't remember. Maybe it's just me, but we had like cell phones with Wi-Fi hotspots, just changing the names to broadcast random messages and signals.
I know.
That was a lot of fun.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that was against the rules, so you didn't hear from me. It was my friend, I swear.
Oh, I don't blame you. No, I wouldn't say anything. I just thought it was hilarious though. Okay, I was like, oh my god, knowing this whole con is not like licensed, but I'm like, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's kind of almost too easy. Anybody who checks their Wi-Fi will see your message. Then if you change a name like that.
Oh, you do? Oh, I did not know that.
No, that's what it is. It's just nobody could connect, but they would see it in their list of Wi-Fi hotspots.
No, like I was so how I get and like how did you do that actually? I was like thinking like how did they do that?
That's just tethering. I think it's called. It's just a hotspot in a phone. I mean, a lot of phones have that built in.
No, I never actually did. Okay, like when I was like doing it for my, I don't even remember like who did it for my Wi-Fi in my house. But I'm like, but now today I'm like thinking like, how do you do that? Like when you want to like start it out, like I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah, I think you can just log into your router and change the name to whatever you want.
And also like besides MLP, what else are you into?
Well, My Little Pony is probably the biggest thing as far as fandoms go because I have so much of a collection. But I have other interests. I like games in general. I used to watch Doctor Who, Breaking Bad, a lot of other shows in general. Also, like I said, mentioned earlier, videography in general. I'm not I don't have any professional experience, but I like making videos in live action and have some audio equipment and a camera and all that. But I don't know, just a lot of little things here and there. Like I also mentioned early on, was building computers is the most recent interest of mine.
Oh, like how is it building computers? Because I knew someone who actually did that too, but like I really never see them anymore.
Yeah, it's well, it's actually more easier than ever nowadays. It's cheaper and it's really just like a puzzle, but instead of being, it's really only like seven components to a computer, really. Like power and video and CPU, and you just kind of put them together, and it's a lot of fun.
Cause like I see all the components in it. I'm like thinking like how this must be really complicated to know like all these like bits and like all these chips that are inside of it.
It looks a lot more complicated than it really is. I mean, your biggest worry would be like power concerns, making sure you have the right power supply, and stuff like that, which you can really just figure it all out from Google, which is what I did.
Cause like, you know, I always say Google is like your best friend,
Yep, it sure is.
especially for anything that you want to look up.
Yep, it's just kind of cool to have the world's information at your fingertips.
It is. I feel like I have the power.
Yep.
Now, and also like now also like you said you play games, but like, what kind of games do you like?
Yeah, like first of all, I don't really consider myself like a gamer. I don't interact with that community or anything for
Oh,
no
same
particular
here.
reason. But
Uh,
I like I like action games in general, but they usually get old fast. I just play a few hours in those and never play them again. Like Call of Duty or something. But
uh,
then the games I always come back to are usually like laid back, casual games that something I can usually watch Netflix while I play, like Truck Simulator, or more recently is a tower defense game I found on Steam. Stuff like that I like a lot.
huh. Do you ever play Grand Theft Auto or no?
Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto is fun. That's a lot of fun to run around online with friends and just blow stuff up.
Trust me, like this, if you're interested, actually, there's a video I have done with one of my friends. Like we played Grand Theft Auto 4, and it was the most funniest thing I've ever recorded with him ever playing that game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really amazing how much they fit into that game. It's such a giant open world.
Really, because I'm mostly I play during some of my free times. I'm not really doing like the game stories. Really, I'm just mostly going around shooting people and trying to see how long I can escape from the cops. It's really true. That's every single video I've ever done. It's that hilarious.
Yeah.
So all right. So overall, that's really all I have to say.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. I guess. Wow, I've been here for about like 50 minutes or so.
Yes.
It's a long video. I wonder if any of your viewers made it this long.
Oh, they have. Trust me. There's a lot of video. Like so far, like one video I had, like one interview I had like a lot of views, and I never like I forget how many, but like I never expected it to have that many.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey everyone that made it this long. Type well down below Derpy's best pony if you made it this far.
Please do. All right.
I'm gonna
So
hijack your comments with Derpy.
yeah, I would love to see everyone just say that. So overall, thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
I
I'll
hope
see you next time, I guess.
I hope to speak to you soon. All right.
Yep. Goodbye.
All right. Bye. All right, that was my interview, and I hope you guys all like it. So yeah, keep it metal, keep it brutal, keep it awesome. I hope you guys see you all soon in my next video. So goodbye, and have a great rest of your day. Keep it metal, keep it brutal, keep it awesome. I hope to see you guys all soon in my next videos. And goodbye.